I think we got it working, lads. There we go. Who is number one? No one is number one. Let's go spectate 5. Who is spectate 5? Boo doo 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 da. Gonna get there eventually. Who's 8? Let's have a look. I'm on board with Dave Southwood, who's going around. Which corner's that? Let's have a look. Just I love when my timing board doesn't work. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're on board and we see cars going around. Well, a car. Where's Southwood? He's currently 5th. Going across the start finish line, is it? Coming down straight. All good, all good, all good. Aha, I see where he is now. I see. I have no idea where he is. He's gone through Market and he's gone through the last corner now along the... he's gone into the pits. Oh my god. Big break. So he doesn't go over the speed limit, obviously. Because we imposed that there. Okay. So, we got Dave on board with Dave. How about let's get some crazy smoke effects going on here while I try and find another car to go on board with. That'll let me. Oh. Big smoke coming out of Olsen as oh no, he goes straight into the wall. At least we caught that on camera though, as he shows off the lovely German Grand Prix livery for Griffin. Griffin, I believe they get their name from Greifswald. Don't quote me on that. So he scuffed that up. Let's go on board with another car. Mr. Bose himself. How about that? Mr. Bose, currently in 8th position. It's worth noting that Christoph Boozer is the person who's created this track, and is essentially the track is based on a town where he currently resides. But just because he created the track doesn't mean he's going to be the fastest around it as he comes through the church section. Market, sorry, Market, my bad. It's got like a clock tower or something, kind of churchy. And Christoph improves, goes 7th fastest, makes contact with the wall there, but I don't think that matters too much. But yeah, okay, we're getting places. Let's see who's. That's Ali Gockman. Gockman looked strong here. At least he did in the pre-practice session. Currently 9th at the moment, but I mean, if you look at the timings, it's just over a second separate, you know, the top 10. So there's nothing in it between these walls. And Gockman, as we go on board with him now, just a few hundredths of a second off his pace, as he tries to find where it is in the track that he's losing time. Pokes the barrier into the shadows casted by the trees, and we come across the first couple of straights now. And he finds some time, but he also loses it as he gets a lot of oversteer coming out of that corner, too much acceleration. But on the throttle now as he throws it into these corners that I will hopefully learn the names of before the end of the night. Is this station? I don't know, there's a train somewhere. And here we go onto the back straight now. DRS wide open as he brakes heavy into the marketplace, or market as we would call it. Oh, big lock up there. but it shouldn't matter too much as he comes around the last couple of corners. 2/10 up on his time. He can definitely do better, but he will have to settle for 9th if he can hold on to that as we come into the dying moments of this session. Let's see who can we get on board with. Sugar. Amorim. We didn't do Amorim any justice last race. Admittedly, we didn't give him any airtime as the checker flag is out, and I don't think he has enough time to cross the line. He is 2 seconds down on his best, so I believe that'll be him done. Apologies as I frantically try and find someone to follow. 9, 10. Who is on a lap? We want to watch the race leaders, you know, admittedly. Ah, God, I'm sorry about this, guys. Limited to how this sim works. Dave Southwood, he was number 5 before, I believe. I believe that's the end of the session then, by the looks of things. Ryan Wilson, were you on a lap? Please tell me you're on a lap. Yeah, comes across the last corner. We'll have to stay 14th. 15. 16. This is making for some great TV, I know, guys. I know. This is clip this moment, guys. Clip it. It's one of the best. Well, I mean, Cody Lawrence, woo! Gets pole. Stephen Stevenson, admittedly, only 3/10 off by the end of it. Felipe Olsen sneaks into 3rd, and Jan Dragoon in 4th. But yeah, it should be an interesting race. Admittedly, you know, qualifying might be the deciding factor for this race, but you never know. Stick with us. We've got a safety car potentially tonight. Who knows? It might make a show as we come to the dying moments of this qualifying session. Well, it's over, let's be honest, but you know, the set of courses just having a moment. And yeah, we're back. Welcome back, guys, as I quickly scramble for a mouse that allows me to zoom properly because mine is currently broken. We're about to commence this inaugural German Grand Prix based in Greifswald. Could be the first, could be the last. It is the first, I mean. And away we go. It's a great start from Stevenson, who has the corner. But he's made a crash. Oh no, it's a big crash for him as well. Everyone else seems to have gotten away brilliantly though, and that is a big breather for Cody Lawrence, who didn't get the best of starts there. Staying on board with him as all the cars pass through nice and cleanly. It must be admitted, guys, fair dues. You've done me proud. No safety car as of yet, and yeah, Cody Lawrence still holding the lead. It could be this to the end of the race, who knows, but Cody Lawrence obviously now has to get his head down for another 44 laps as he comes through Market. No, not yet, not quite yet. Still getting used to this track, admittedly. I will, like I said, hopefully get the call outs right by the end of the evening. And yeah, now onto the back straight. No DRS just yet, as the drivers normally would open up the rear wing, braking deep there just before the 50-meter board, and Stevenson, yeah, making a bit of a bad start there, all the way down in 14th now, out of the points. Not what he wanted, as we cross the line and commence the second lap, and we officially complete our first ever lap of Greifswald. Congratulations, Christoph, you've done us proud.
Hello.
Hello there. And we're joined by
quite a clean first lap, which is nice to see.
Yeah, you're right there.
The drivers. We expected some interesting events on the start, but other than Stevenson, who unluckily hit the wall there at the beginning, it's been clean.
Yeah, I mean, these guys will have to really kind of pay close attention to their rivals on track here, because they'll be looking for any kind of opportunity to pounce. You know, the driver ahead really just needs to keep their head down and put on the best, I don't know, qualifying lap forever, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking here. Max, you jump in and save me.
Well, yeah, it's quite a tricky circuit. It almost feels like the midsection of Baku made into a whole track. So the drivers will have to be really careful hitting the walls. Damage is very easy to get if you scrape a wall here. So I think what we're going to see during this race is just the drivers trying to keep consistent and try to keep away from the walls.
Yeah, there's gaps forming all over the place, admittedly, as you know, the drivers try and find their stride around this circuit. It's not easy, especially now they're having to follow a car that could essentially be slower than, you know, admittedly. On board with Roland Justin, who's currently stuck behind Radek. And yeah, it looks like, you know, admit Radek is kind of holding up Justin as it currently stands, and that might be the case for a lot of drivers out here tonight.
I've been told by some of the drivers pre-race that it is actually possible to overtake with DRS.
Okay.
So we might see some things happening, and also I think we saw Imran Sheikh hit the wall there. Sorry, I'm quite confused about what's going on there.
No, it's understandable. We've just gone onto lap 4 now, on board with Thomas Barbieri, who is currently stuck behind Felipe Olsen and has caught up to him pretty much. Will be mimicking Olsen's every move and looking to see where exactly he's losing time and gain on that. And as you can see, Cody Lawrence isn't that far ahead, to be honest. So it's all to play for.
Well, obviously they're in a championship fight, and we've seen Thomas pull some incredible drives from further down the grid. This guy is amazing in race trim, almost Alonso-esque. He never qualifies that high, but manages somehow to get good starts, get himself up a few positions.
Oh, and Stevenson's made another mistake. He's gone down the exit, and we'll have to rejoin behind him. Shaka and Radek, I believe he had overtaken them. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's all going quite wrong for Stevenson. Unexpected. He looked great basically all practice sessions. Looked great in quali. Only 3/10 off qualifying on the front row. And quite unexpected from him to be this low down and making mistakes, but this is what can happen on a tight street circuit like this.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. As we're on board again with Thomas Barbieri, who I believe is going through school 1 and 2 now. Christoph is going to be screaming at me if I get that wrong. As we enter sector 2 now, breaking into turn 8, and no, is it? I'm trying to visualize. Yeah, it's turn 8 and 9, 10 into the underpass. Turn right now into turn 11. Big braking zone coming up now into train. Right-hander here. Full beans now onto turn 14 coming up as they enter sector 3 onto the roundabout. And yeah, as I mentioned, Thomas is just staying behind Olsen. Yeah, you're right there. The DRS zone is now coming into play. Goes around the outside, and he gets the move done brilliantly.
Well, there we go. Proof that you can overtake on this circuit. Done so completely cleanly. No need for aggression even.
No, you're right there.
All up to second place and chasing the leader.
Can I just say how beautiful this circuit looks? Like, I mean, admittedly, Christoph has been working on this for over a year now, but you see some of the tracks that we've raced at, and they're so like half-baked in comparison. It's so beautiful. It's so like finally seeing like it come to fruition. Remember, it was just Lego blocks.
It's a great track. I drove it yesterday just to get a feel for it, and I was really impressed with it. We've at Trout we've seen it develop over the year he's worked on, and finally, as you say, see it come into full form. It's great, and also the layout itself is quite interesting. The corner coming up here, it's quite banked. It has a variety. So I think it's a really good circuit actually.
Yeah, we've literally got our own Monaco, but you can actually pass.
It's our jewel.
Yeah. Giovanni not close enough to make the move on Mr. Boozer himself. Who's currently in a season best position, not to jinx it. Sorry if I'm wrong on that one, but yeah, showing that he has memorized this track, probably dreams about it every night, let's be honest.
Probably walks around. It's his hometown.
yeah, he's probably did the track walk like beforehand. Making sure that he's well versed with each bank, each corner.
He told me that around Market it's one of his favorite doner kebab shops, so I'm sure he frequents some of these corners quite often.
And that's Ali Gockman making a mistake there into the walls, unfortunately. Oh, and Thomas Barbieri's made a mistake. Oh no! Felipe Olsen's got the position back, and so has Jan Dragoon. Oh no! And this has opened the championship wide up now. This has really kind of tilted things in Cody's favour, who, let's be honest, was in a bit of a strong point. Ah no, another mistake! And that is bringing Southwood into contention. And let's be honest, Southwood in race trim is one to watch out for.
Always a strong guy on race day. But yeah, this for the championship, the situation currently is that Cody Lawrence is 20 points ahead of Thomas Barbieri, and that means that Thomas will need to outscore him over the next few races if he wants to keep a shot at the championship. Tonight he will probably need to outscore Cody if he wants a realistic chance at winning it before the season ends.
Yeah, I mean, it'll come down to pit stops, to be honest, and whatever strategy plays best. It's worth noting that a lot of the drivers seem to have opted for the C4 compound. Dave South was actually on the C5, Jan Dragoon on the C3, so some of them on alternate strategies. Let's see how that pays off.
Well, with the added factor of a safety car, some of the guys, I was talking to them pre-race, and the guys on the C5 and C3, they might be hoping for a safety car. C5 is a tire that degrades really early in the race, so Dave Southwood will have to watch out for that, and is probably hoping for early safety car. Someone like Jan Dragoon on the C3 might be hoping for a late one instead. So yeah, there's going to be strategy that's coming into it, track position, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, even with the DRS zone, it is still a street circuit. It's not the easiest to overtake at, so yeah, strategy is going to play a huge part, and we're still really early in the race.
This is crazy. I mean, obviously you're going to put your money on whoever's currently in first at the moment, but it's hard to predict. Like, it's a new track. Who knows what can happen really? Like the safety car element could play into people's hands quite nicely. Imran looks like he's out. Has he made a mistake? Oh please, is he trying to cause a safety car or something, or is he just? Yeah, I mean, sort of sensible, but
yeah, trying to kind of stay out of the way, I guess. But yeah, managed to get back going. I see. I'm slightly behind.
Yeah. I mean, that's as good as it can get, really. Let's be honest. He did well. As he makes another mistake there, was that? Just someone looked like they just drove into a wall. But yeah, on board with Amorim now, who's still stuck behind Boza. I know I pronounce his last name wrong every time. I'm aware of it. It's a running joke. But yeah, heading into what Alex calls big scare, because it's a bit of a snaky left-right scenario, and yeah, one wrong foot or just getting the line wrong, and yeah, it's a big scare.
Well, it is such a big scare that I am co-commentating tonight instead of driving, so there we go.
A bit of a chain at the back of the grid. Let's see, up until P11, and a bit of a gap until the points.
On a track like this, the DRS train is really gonna show up, because there's only really one chance to overtake, and if everyone's in the train, it's gonna be really difficult to see them swap positions. But yeah, we see Radokia there in P11, I believe. He's the head of the train.
Yeah, Ali Gochman looking for an opportunity to pounce. Very kind of twitchy on the throttle there. And Thomas Barbieri down into P5 now. I'm sorry we missed that, but was that another mistake? Southwood jumped him into, the part of the track that I wouldn't normally presume that you'd overtake at. He's losing positions left, right and centre here, down to P7. I wonder what's going on.
I would say there might be some damage there.
Yeah. I don't know if that's oh dear, we've got two cars off. Oh no, Ali Gochman's gone for a move, and it's not paid off. Oh dear. I mean, is it now? I mean, when are they going to bring out a safety car? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
Not now. When?
I think if someone is genuinely blocking track, that's when it might happen. But these guys managed to get back on fairly safely. There were no other cars coming behind them, so yeah. I mean, the use of safety car, whilst it might be exciting, you don't want to, you don't want to jump the gun when it's not needed.
That's not good. And we've got our first retirement of the evening. Ali Gockman, unfortunately, retiring. Looked like a promising drive at one point, but a few too many mistakes. And yep, he's first out the door.
It was quite a nice 360 by Andrew Goon there.
Yeah.
Somehow managed to keep it going the right direction, even after contact with Philippe Olsen there.
And our current driver in second of the championship has pitted, currently down in P9th.
Yeah, it must be damage for him to pit so early, because if he's on C4s, those I've been told they last about 15-16 laps.
Ryan Wilson has made a mistake as well. Is this the part of the race where people start, losing a bit of concentration? Those walls seeming to come closer and closer.
I guess we are almost quarter distance into the race, so... Oh no, we are a quarter distance into the race, so this is where some people's concentration, as you say, might fade, and you get those little scrapes off the wall. They build up damage, they build up, lack of confidence, I guess, and yeah, mistakes can happen.
It's really strange what happened to Thomas though. Like it looked like he just kept losing speed. It must have been really bad front wing damage for him to lose that much time into the big scare, or what is it actually called? Sorry, got the wrong one up. School one, technically.
Yes, school one and 2. Yeah, well, that whole section it is quite front downforce dependent. You need that front to bite in.
Oh, sorry, I've just control V'd. Oh, and there's another mistake from Ryan Wilson. Oh dear, and that's the last one of the evening for him, as Amorim closes in on Boozer. Very close that time round, but not close enough. Let's see if he sticks with him to the DRS zone. But yeah, that is another retirement of the evening. Ryan Wilson, his teammate, currently up in P7. Did Southwood pit? He must have pitted, surely. We must have missed that, because he's down in P7. Unless he made a mistake, he overtook Amorim, and here we go. Brilliant manoeuvre there.
Gets it done cleanly. But yeah, the top 5 so far, we've seen them make a mistake here and there, but nothing too major yet. Hope I'm not jinxing it.
Yeah, I mean, jinx away, especially that Cody Lawrence guy.
Oh, I don't want to jinx him, out of all people. But yeah, he's been driving a good season so far. I don't think he's been off the podium the whole 9 races we've had before this one. So he's been Mr. Consistent so far. Let's see what he can do tonight, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if ever he's just not on the top step, he's just giving the other people a chance, really. He's just that like a nice of a guy.
Well, he's only 3 wins this season out of the 9 races. So
really?
It's not been a massive. He's looked a lot more dominant than he has been, but Thomas Barbieri over the second part of the season has been outscoring him quite consistently, which is why we've got this quite close battle so far. But he's always been there though. He's always been top 3, always been on the podium, so very difficult for Thomas to make any massive inroads in the championship, even when he's pulled out those magic performances we saw in Singapore, in Belgium on the last lap, overtaking 2 people.
Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, Thomas has really had to put in everything to try and try and get as close as possible to Cody. But yeah, Cody just showing his consistency is paying off. But yeah, 7 seconds ahead of the next person, which is Felipe Olsen. And also Felipe Olsen's made a bit of a gap to Jan Dragoon now, so who knows?
But we must remember, all of this can get ruined by a safety car.
Yeah,
all of these gaps, and that's always throwing a spanner in the works for the drivers. You feel so frustrated when you build like a 7, 8, 9, 10 second gap, and all of a sudden you hear safety car out.
Very down in P10 currently, showing that every point counts, and this championship's not over until it's over. You wouldn't normally see him in this position.
Yeah, he's also been a driver who's been super consistent. He got, I'm looking at the points table now, he got off to a slow start with a P4 and 5, but after that, been on the podium every single race, grabbed 3 wins himself, so same as Cody. So yeah, what saved Cody a little bit is fastest lap points. He's managed to get most of the fastest laps this season, so that's why the gap is a little bit bigger than it should be probably. But yeah, both Thomas and Cody so far have been super consistent. Thomas has not found himself in this kind of position all season. So yeah, hoping to make a comeback at this point. We saw last time in USA, I believe he had a first lap incident which sent him all the way to last place, and he managed to make his way up to a P3 finish. So he's still hopeful.
We just saw a mistake from Olsen, because Jan Dragoon is now ahead in P2. Well, we didn't see the mistake, but yeah, theoretically speaking, one happened.
Well,
and now he's making a pit. That makes sense, because the mooring got very close to him, and yeah, everyone's pitting. Boozer as well.
A very nice JGP 1-2 for the time being.
Yeah. And Southwood back up into P4, Dalla Valle P3. Boozer's the first out of the pits. I wonder if the other 2 had damage.
And Christoph driving quite a clean race here at home for him. Also a driver who's been up and down this season, but here showing he can fight up there, fighting for those top 5 spots when he's on it.
Yeah, I mean, last season definitely kind of hit his pride as he just witnessed an overtake there from Southwood, getting past Dalla Valle. Yeah, admittedly wasn't on the pace last season, so it's nice to see Boozer back up, fighting for some decent points.
Well, we know from the Trout League that the top few drivers, they are quite fast. They're difficult to beat and battle with. So yeah, for Christoph to not be there is not I would not say not the most shameful thing, if I can put it like that. But again, as I said, proving he can fight for those high places with them here when the circuit suits him. And yeah, doing quite a good job in that very nice special livery they've got.
Yeah, it's really nice colours. The pit stops working in Barberi's favour now, as he Manages to get past a few more drivers, I believe. Has he actually? He's gotten closer at least. Felipe
Well, he's
Olsen. What, sorry?
He's up to P8 now, I believe, and
Yeah.
Felipe Olsen has pit, so... And I believe Felipe was in the top 3, so this might be quite a good net position after everyone else pits as well. Well, we'll have to wait and see where everyone else comes out compared to these two. We've seen Thomas do the alternate strategies quite well. Whenever he's in clean air, he manages to gain massive time on people. I'm gonna assume he will be trying to get past Felipe as soon as possible, now that he's in DRS range.
Yeah, Thomas's tyres up to temperature. Obviously, Felipe is now probably coming into play.
Yeah, this is also a circuit where the tyres take quite a while to heat up. It's lower speed corners, being a street circuit, so it takes 2-3 laps, especially on race fuel, for them to really come up to working temp. So I think right now Thomas has a little bit of a grip advantage over the car in front, so this is really the moment to try and pounce.
Thomas is on 7-lap old tyres, admittedly, so he needs to make the move now if he wants to kind of have any chance of staying ahead of Felipe.
Still looking like he's driving with a little bit of understeer. He's using a lot of steering lock in the corners, especially the tight ones. Quite unusual from him.
DRS will bring him closer, but not close enough.
I wish that straight was slightly longer than it is.
Jan Dragoon apparently has a red front wing. Maybe dealing with a lot of understeer. Sorry. Leslie Peters has made a mistake and is in a very compromising position. That is very questionable. I don't know what you do about that. There's people are managing to stay out of the way. Oh, come on.
No, that's.
What would you do?
That would probably be an SC, I think. I don't know.
Safety car team. We have a team of people currently sleeping on this one. As Cody Lawrence comes into the pits. Who knows? Maybe there's a call.
There's no way for him to move safely without impeding someone. So
yeah, this is silly now. I mean, like, there should be a safety car unless there is, and I've not heard it.
Cody Lawrence pitting now, choosing to pit now.
Yeah.
And Jan Dragoon as well, his teammate, coming in at the same time.
There will be questions post-race about that, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, it was quite unusual. Like, there is a moment to call out a safety car. That looked like it was the one. There was no way for him to really move out of that position other than quitting the race altogether. Really.
Yeah.
We see Thomas still close with Felipe Olsen, so those tires he has not fading away just yet. But this car we've seen this season, it is heavy on its tires. We've seen the cliff happening to a lot of drivers where you drive, it seems fine, you seem to have good pace, and then all of a sudden it hits that degradation cliff and it is all over. You start dropping 1, 2, 3 seconds a lap.
Dave Southwood in P2 currently. Obviously on the alternate strategy.
Well, I believe he made a pit stop early and managed to undercut people, I guess. And now benefiting from it. if we do see a safety car, he will be very happy. He'll be able to put on some fresh rubber, stay in that P2 probably, and yeah, continue on his merry way.
Yeah, Thomas going for a move there, or at least letting Olsen know he is there. He's really pushing it. Now Olsen being held up as we've got another car off. And the turn 1, I believe, next to Tower. Yeah, I'm learning the corner names now.
So yeah, Cody's gap has not increased. Dave Southwood, I think that showed Dave Southwood he made a bit of an undercut there on people. Because he was more than 7 seconds behind Cody. And yeah, now has reduced the gap from himself to the leader a little bit by pitting early and getting a few laps with those fresh tires. He did start on the C5 as well, so he needed to pit early really.
And Thomas goes for a move, and he makes it. It sticks, and Leslie Peters is off again. But yeah, that's Thomas up into P7 now, and he'll be glad to, because it's just clean air from now onwards by the looks of things.
Quite aggressive that one, but it worked.
Yeah, it wasn't as clean as the other overtakes, admittedly, but he had to make that move.
So I believe Felipe Olsen has made some sort of mistake as well, because he was up with Dave Southwood and Amorim, and now falling behind.
Yeah, a bad mistake, and yeah, maybe a long pit stop was found him down in this position.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I think we have just passed the half point of the race at this point.
Yep.
And yes, still for what we expected before coming into this race. But that is good news for all the drivers and organizers, obviously.
Yeah, no stress for us, I guess. Leslie Peters off again. Really trying his best to kind of get the safety car to come out, I'm sure.
Ooh. I mean, he managed there quickly to not impede anyone, so that's good. His previous impedance was much more serious, I believe. It's just about whether you have the gap of another car coming to move out of, when you're spun or you're off track. Oh, he decides to call it the day there, I think.
I don't know. That was maybe staying out of the way of others, and I don't know.
Maybe he's heard us.
Yeah. Hi, Leslie.
But yeah, as I was saying, it's just about whether you have a car coming up behind you when you're spun. You need to reverse usually, so reverse onto the racing line. So if you have another car coming, that's pretty much gonna impede them. So really, in those situations, you'd want a safety car so that you can get that car back on track safely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so far so good in this race, past half point, and no crazy safety cars yet.
Gaps are forming. The closest battle we have is actually between Thomas and Olsen still, and that is slowly ebbing away as Olsen's losing time to Barbieri now.
Interesting, since I think you mentioned Barbieri is on 7 lap all the tires, so
yeah, that was how many laps ago as well. Sorry, he was on. In that sense, yeah, the lap difference was like 5 between them.
Okay.
But yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, five lap difference, which is significant in this car with these tires.
Yeah, he's on 13 lap pole tires now.
I would assume everyone at this point is on C3s, or most of the grid at least. If they've made their first pit stops at least. Jan Dragoon pitting quite early, I think, for C3s. He started on C3s, and I guess he's now on some kind of alternate compound. He's not doing C3 again.
Yeah, so Cody Lawrence is on C3, Dave Southwood on C4, as well as Giovanni Amorim. Jan Dragoon on the C2, and Christoph Booz on the C3. So yeah, I mean, a wide array of tyre choices for the top 5.
Well, one of the big things this weekend has been temperature. Just getting the tires up to working temperature has been very difficult. Some of the people in my team have told me that they've had to make setup changes in order to actually heat up tires, which is the opposite of what you would do normally. And yeah, so the C2 is an interesting choice from Dragoon there, because yeah, it's going to be very difficult to get it into the working window, but he seems to be making it work decently so far, so we'll see how it goes for him.
Yeah.
And then Southwood on C4, I believe he's on a 2-stopper then, because C4 will not make it to the end, I believe.
Yeah, Amorim catching up to Southwood now.
I've been told the tire life on the C4 is around about 14-15 laps. So he pitted quite early from those C5s. He must be doing some kind of 2-stopper, maybe hoping for that safety car to come at some point. But yeah, we've seen safety car does not be used unless there's a massive issue, so I believe he's gonna have to hope for some carnage or chaos later in the race, I guess.
Yeah, I think Alex will only deem it a safety car worthy incident if there's like 2 or 3 cars involved and yeah, it's blocking the track significantly.
Maybe a proper roadblock, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm actually surprised. You know, I would have thought there'd be a lot more like Macau moments.
Well, whenever, you know, I don't know if you've noticed, but whenever we race one of these really difficult circuits in Formula Trout, there's always this talk pre-race, oh, it's going to be chaos, it's going to be carnage, everyone's gonna crash, and then the races end up being fairly clean.
Yeah, more so than like ones that you wouldn't normally expect carnage on.
Exactly, so I think people take the circuit seriously, they respect it, they've all practiced for this race.
Yeah.
And the drivers that haven't, like myself included, that didn't feel confident in racing cleanly, they decided not to race last minute or a few days before the race. So I think what we're seeing is drivers that have prepared quite well, so it's been going fairly cleanly so far. And now we're obviously gonna see a 7-car pileup after I've said that.
Yeah.
It is nice to see Drive Trout come on, such respect among the drivers that they feel like they need to do some extra preparation to what they would normally do for a race.
I'm getting the overtake done before the end of the straight there. And now Dragoon is in the picture. And that is Southwood into the pits. Dragoon's up into P3, and I've yawned and there's tears in my eyes. I can't see. Give me a second. Alright.
Quite an interesting time to pit for Dave Southwood there. I believe he's going on a C4 again, maybe a C5 if he's very brave. Yeah, that promotes Jan Dragoon up into the podium positions, and it promotes main man tonight, Christoph Böse, into P4 as well. We'll be quite happy with that if he manages to finish there.
Yeah, so Southwood will have to make. Oh, it's not too much of a tall order. Oh, Dalavani, big moment there, and that's Barbieri up into P6. Yeah, he needs to make about 15 seconds if he wants to get back to P2, which isn't too much of a tour that if it wasn't such a tight track.
Are we talking about Barbieri?
Southwood, sorry.
Yeah, Southwood. Yeah, I mean he's gonna be on, especially later in the race. He's going to look rapid compared to these old C3 runners. So he might fancy himself at a later stage of the race, but we'll have to see how his overtaking is. Obviously with Dave Southwood, I believe now, maybe, I hope I'm not wrong, but maybe the most experienced driver in Formula Trout.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he'll know how to manage a race and manage a few overtakes.
Got Valley pits. And yeah, I mean, Boozer has a lot of fast drivers behind him, so no pressure whatsoever for 15 laps.
Yep, on his own circuit,
Mm-hmm.
he'll manage to absorb that pressure, no problem.
The Dragoon's caught up to Morum. He'll be in DRS zone. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway.
So, Dragoon on those C2s on the harder compound, he's also going to benefit later in the race. Obviously, the race is going to come to him in a sense. He's going to try and profit from the C3s wearing a bit quicker. So I think he should just be patient at this point, try to keep it all clean, and when he sees everyone else die from tire wear, that's his moment, really. As you see, Dave Southwood has made it into the DRS of Christopher's there. He's gone quite close. So I think next lap we might see some action there for P4.
Yeah, Bo's putting his foot down, but Southwood, as mentioned earlier, is just, you know, he's a menace when it comes to racing.
He's a menace, and he's on fresh tires as well. He's pitted 2 laps ago, I think, at this point. So
Olsen's pitted as
looking
well.
great.
We might see an overtake for P2 here on track. Dragoon made a bit of a mistake there as he's lost a few tenths. He should have been a lot closer. Don't know what happened there.
Must have had a bit of a moment. We saw a puff of smoke there. Must have just gone slightly wide. Missed the apex or something.
Ooh, and Boozer closes his door there, and Southwood does everything he can to just stay out of the rear end of him.
Yeah, that was decisive there. He decided he's not gonna give up so easily. As we've mentioned before, it is the only realistic overtaking spot on the track. So if you manage to defend well into that corner, you're looking pretty golden in terms of wheel-to-wheel racing. Now, yeah, Jan Dragoon really close to a Morum now.
Yeah, this could put Jan Dragoon in a potential season best position. Oh, and there's a big lock up there for a moment. Oh, this opens it up wide for Jan Dragoon. Full beans now, DRS wide open, and looks like he'll get the overtake done before the end of the straight down the inside. Yes, sir, he gets it done. Bit of a lock up there, but it shouldn't upset him too much. Kisses the wall for good luck. And yeah, that's the manoeuvre done. Let's see, on board with Boozer now. Can he stay ahead of Southwood? Southwood's already ahead, and he's got the move done as well. And Morum's into the pits, and this should put Southwood into P3 now. Barbieri all over Bose now. Oh, I told you that all the fast boys were going to be all over him.
So I believe JGP actually could seal the team's championship tonight if with a 1-2 like this.
Yeah, and I mean, Jan Dragoon really showing he's worth every penny of that number 2 driver role at Young GP.
He's not a number 2 driver. There's no such thing in our team.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, he's not had the season he's wanted so far. He's a guy that wants to challenge for wins. He has challenged for wins before. He has won races, and he was feeling really down about himself this season, not having performed to what he thinks is his best. But he shows up when it matters. He brings home points for the team all the time. He's a really dependable driver, so he's someone that I really value in the team. And once again, when it matters and when there's something on the line, he brings up the performances. I believe with a 1-2, Barbieri would have to get third and fastest lap if Trinity Simsport was to stay in the championship fight.
Bit of a tall order on those tyres. He must pit at some point, surely. He's in the C2s. He might be able to see into the end, but surely it's gonna drop off like at some point. It doesn't matter how good of a driver you are; those tyres will die eventually.
Yeah, but we've seen Thomas do some pretty magical things. What he can hope for, obviously, is the safety car as well. We've kept talking about it, and he hasn't appeared, but you never know. One safety car, and he's back in the game, really. I think, honestly, that's probably what he's hoping for at this point.
It saddens me that it's a novelty feature. I feel like you should be driving like that every race. You should have that kind of thought in the back of your mind, like, oh, the safety car could mess everything up. You know, I don't know. Some people will drive with that in their strategy because they know they might not be able to do as good of a race as other drivers. I don't know.
Exactly, you're completely right. So if you have always that chance of a safety car, you'll make certain strategical decisions. You know, when you're behind, when you're quite out of a realistic position to make up a place or two, you might go long on your strategy and hope for a safety car or something like this.
Yeah.
And it'll, when you qualify low, something like that, you'll account for that safety car, as you said, and it can make races more interesting for sure. But realistically, in AC, we've not really needed it unless there's been circuits like this where it's quite tight.
No, you're right.
That's why it hasn't been implemented so far. But I do hope it becomes a mainstay at some point in Formula Trout.
Oh, and Stevenson's made a mistake.
Once again, he's having a bit of a unusual night for himself. He's always at top, always, one of the top drivers in Formula Trout. Obviously, the current champion still on titre. So yeah, quite surprising here from Steven Simpson. He's had quite a bad race tonight.
Yeah, I think we're just witnessing one of his weaknesses, which is a rare occurrence, but the drivers do have them.
Yeah, pretty much every champion in Trout has shown cracks at some point.
Nice exit.
Yeah. Except if his name is Oscar Williams.
Well, unless Donington.
True, true. Um,
And is that Stevenson's night over, or has he just made another mistake? Oh, okay.
yeah, so far, quite uneventful in a sense. This race. Obviously, overtakes have happened. People have crashed, have had bad races, but not to the level that we expected so far. Cody has run away with it so far this race. He's built quite a massive gap. And then further down we've seen battles, but nothing really to challenge his lead yet.
That was kind of a Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton moment there, where Lewis Hamilton gets lapped by Max Verstappen, having lost the championship to him the previous season. It's I don't know, echoes.
Echoes something.
Yeah. Just having seen Stevenson being lapped by Lawrence there.
But yeah, so far, Younger GP, I don't want to talk about him too much because obviously it is the team that I am in charge of running, but heading towards potentially sealing the team's title tonight would be an unprecedented third in a row for this team.
Yeah, I mean, we're beginning to see a bit of a dominant streak here. And that is Stevenson out of the race, I believe.
Yeah, decided to call it a day after probably even more damage to his car.
Him being what are they called? I'm gonna make a funny joke there, but mine's on blank. As always. A privateer team.
Yeah, privateer.
That was it. Yeah,
I mean,
funds
solo
are tight.
entry.
Yeah, funds are tight for Stevenson's family, so you know, having spent a whole $2 on the Porsche pack, you know, there's tough times. Anyway, heading onwards. Lap 39 out of 45, and Cody Lawrence has practically looked untouched since the start of the race. There was that moment where Stevenson got the better start, but just forgot to turn. Yeah, it did a bit of a lock up into a Sant Devant kind of moment. And yeah, actually quite similar. Yeah, in a sense, T1 is kind of Monaco-esque in a way.
Yeah, he's got that banked hairpin kind of thing. But it's actually quite a fast hairpin. You approach it in third gear, which is unusual. You can carry quite a lot of speed into it due to the width of it. So yeah, it's the slowest corner.
Jan Dragoon makes a bit of a mistake, but it shouldn't cost him too much, as he's got a 11-second buffer to the next car. But yeah, bit of a yeah, someone's heart stopped for a split second at least.
But no, yeah, he's managed to continue fine. Still got a 6.5 second gap. Well, now that gap for Cody, 28 seconds in what has been 40 laps.
Yeah.
I think not even a safety car or some kind of event like that can stop him now. He seems to have checked out in the lead.
Oh no, we have got a bit of a lock up here. The track's blocked. Cody Lawrence is stuck. Oh no! Oh, this is a safety car. You spoke too soon. I
can't believe I've just said that.
Oh my god.
I can't believe I've jinxed him.
No safety car. No, nothing.
No safety car. Well, that is quite an interesting decision by race direction there. Is Cody Lawrence stuck completely?
Yeah, I mean, it's a hold up. There's a big hold up.
Yeah, but he seems to be in reverse and not be able to get out of it. Oh no, he's gone. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's a safety car. It has to be a safety car, surely.
It must be. I don't know if we, or well, if you can hear the communication of race director on TeamSpeak, but it
No, I
looks like
can't.
they're all going slowly, so it must be a safety car at this point. We've got. Oh well, that shakes things up with 5 laps or so to go.
Yeah, you're right there. I mean, would anyone be brave enough to pit now?
Well, if you're someone like Thomas Barbieri, you might want to, but they're also bunched up. The pileup has caused everyone to.
Look at that. And Boozer as well. I love it. I love it. Risk takers.
Well, Thomas has nothing to lose really. Like, if he wants to salvage this championship, he needs to do something brave, really.
Here we go. There's the safety car, boys.
There it is. We've been waiting for it all night, and there it is. It's been eventful. I jinxed it, so.
You literally said that like within 10 seconds of you said
not
that.
even a safety car can stop him, and then it comes out. So always when you least expect it. But yeah, there we go. We've got the safety car out, and now we're gonna see a bit of a shake-up. So Barbieri has only lost 1 position from that pit, and is now on fresh tires. Can you confirm what tires he's on?
Barbieri is on. Where are you? I've lost him. Thomas. C4. He's on C4.
C4. Okay, interesting. I would have gone C5, but C4. It's good. It's fresh. So he's on the C4 there. He's got a few laps. I don't know when the safety car will come in. We've never really. Well, we've had a safety car procedure once, but I don't really remember it. I was driving it actually.
Yeah.
I don't remember how many laps I stayed out, but hopefully it's not going to stay out for long. Hopefully it's going to come out pretty soon. Keith Williams here, our safety car driver tonight.
You're right, because we need to go motor racing. As
We need
2
to go
cars unlap themselves.
I think they're going to let them unlap and maybe come in next lap, I would assume.
Yeah, this is quite exciting.
Well, yeah, we're going to have one of our, I think only our 2nd safety car restart ever in Formula Trout.
And Stevenson's probably kicked himself now. But
Yeah. I mean, it shows you shouldn't quit. You know, it's not over before it's over. You've said it multiple times this race. It's not over till it's over, especially when you have our featuring safety car here driven by the Challenger Split team champion Case Williams and race winner.
now I know Lawrence is on his like best form, but it's worth noting that Jan Dragoon and Lawrence both have the same age of lap tires. You know what I'm saying. My grammar's shit tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Dragoon's on a C2. Lawrence is on a C3. I will also confirm there's no team orders really between these two. And Cody doesn't expect any team orders as well. So, you know, you might see Dragoon try. There's a chance. And then we've got a Morim as well, just behind there. We've got Salford. It's spicy. It's spicy.
Yeah, Morim on 9 lap old tyres, Salford on 13. They do have all newer tyres, admittedly. C4s as well.
Well, the guys I'd watch are Barbieri and Böse. They're on completely. They're the only ones in this pack that have pit, and for them, they're gonna have a massive tire advantage now. As we see everyone trying to put heat into the tires. But yeah, how high can Barbieri get really? I think what he really wants to stay in this is to try and get at least a P3. Obviously a 20-point gap. So, you know, if he wants to take it until the last race, he's gonna want to stay within a 25, kind of 26 kind of gap. So yeah, try to get up, maybe even to P2 really, and maybe take a fastest lap as well on those fresh C4s.
My guess, that safety car's got to come in this lap. I've
Well,
not had any word.
It should. It's lap 42. It's been out 3 laps, I believe. That should be just enough to neutralize the race, really.
Yeah.
The lap cars must have caught up to the back. It's a short circuit, so they must have caught up to the queue at this point. And yeah, safety car should come in fairly soon. We see people in the stream comments say, Mikey, no, Mikey, no.
So it looks like we should be about to go motor racing, guys. So this is a motor race after all.
We've gone motor racing.
Yeah. I wonder what will happen now. We've got no feed from safety car team. Oh, it looks like he's pulling back a bit. Safety car possibly in. No, another lap. It looks like we're staying out for another lap, lads. Here we go. We could end up finishing under SC at this rate. Maybe a 1 lap shootout. This is literally, yeah, it's Abu Dhabi all over.
No, Mikey, no. Oh, I guess I'm Toto Wolf in this scenario. But yeah, we have the 2 championship rivals separated by 4 cars. Are they going to be asked to move out of? No, I'm joking. But yeah, we have them separated by 4 cars. Thomas Barbieri on fresh tires, Cody Lawrence on I don't know how many lap old tires, but old tires, and also a compound harder than Thomas's, so it could be quite interesting.
Oh no, not like this. Oh, you don't get it going in time, it could be red flagged. Oh dear.
Oh, what a mistake there by Christoph Böse. I think that might decide this race ends on the safety car, if I'm honest with you. Although everyone else has managed to get past, I believe. Except for Imran, who was a lap behind anyway, looking on the timetable. So
well, if you look at this, the safety car is peeling away. Lawrence is obviously holding the pack up until it's green flagged. At least he crosses the safety car line or whatever it is, the rule.
For that what a ruinous way to end the night for Christoph Böse.
Yeah, that is a shame. And away we go. Personal best from Case in the safety car. Well done. As we come round tower, Cody Lawrence stays ahead. Barbieri up into P5. And still plenty of the race to go. At least 1 lap. It's really hard to keep on top of all these close cars, admittedly.
Yeah, but we were already making an overtake happen there. How many other cars can he get past?
This will be the moment.
No DRS after safety car as well, I believe.
I don't know about that actually. I think the DRS it's like a sprint race, and it's treated like a sprint race.
I see.
Oh, a bit of a lock up there. Jan Dragoon, can he do anything about this? Now is the chance. Doesn't look like he's close enough. But Barbieri's up into P4! The madman! He actually did it! The absolute madman! And that's Cody Lawrence, race winner! What a crazy end to the race! Congratulations!
That seals it for Younger GP as well.
Congratulations to Younger GP for sealing the Constructors' Championship. Well done to the safety car team for pulling that off. Commiserations for Boozer, who had a really poor restart. But congratulations on how well this race has gone. You know, no matter how disappointed you'll be from that finish, you should be so pleased with how tonight's gone. But yeah, well done, Cody Lawrence. Congratulations to Jan Dragoon for finally getting that podium finish as well. Amorim ran off the podium for Bag GP. Thomas Barbieri muscling his way into P4. Southwood would be sore after that one. Olsen P6 in the end. I don't think he'd be too disappointed considering where he was at. Well, I mean, yeah, he was P2 at one point. I'm thinking of Ali Gochman, sorry. But yeah, Olsen P6. Could have gone better, admittedly. Della Valle P7. Standard, I'd say.
I think we're seeing Roland Justin and Imran Shaikh's first points as well tonight.
Yeah, that's a good point.
P9 and P10 respectively.
Congratulations to those two for holding on until the end of the race. Goes to show that the race isn't over until it's over. But yeah, pretty crazy end to the race. It went really well. It was just unfortunate that a few people crashed into the safety car, which, I mean, it happens. Let's see though. Got a few people waiting for interviews. Race directors want an interview. Okay, yeah, let's get them in here. Let's hear their point of view. Alex Cochran and Case Wilhelms, who were the race directors of this evening and pretty much ran the safety car team. How's it going?
Yeah, it's not so bad, not so bad.
I mean, you had to make the call at the end. We didn't hear it, unfortunately. It didn't come through to our channel. I don't know if anyone hit. I think it was just kind of implied, maybe.
No, it came through everyone. Yeah, it would have been because we missed off your channel when creating the whisper thing. Yeah, it was a bit of a boring race for a while. We were like, oh, we didn't actually need the safety car. Everyone's been very well behaved, and then it happened.
Yeah.
Well, we caught a moment on stream where we saw Dondo, I believe.
Yes.
He was parked in a very uncomfortable spot there, not able to move. We in the commentary box, we thought it might be a safety car, but it wasn't. Can you maybe explain that decision?
Yeah, so literally it was like we saw the incident, the track was clear, and it was like, okay, cars can get through, he'll be able to, filter through, and then he reversed a bit and it blocked the track, and it was literally like, okay, we're going to have to call it, but then, yeah, he then decided to just clatter the wall and get the car turned around. It was very, very borderline. It was almost a safety car, but yeah, since the cars could get through, and then it kind of sorted itself out literally as we were about to call it. We didn't do it, but then that last one was, that definitely needed it.
Yeah, for sure. That was the Macau moment right there. But yeah, very interesting race. I mean, you might have been boring from your perspective, but for an inaugural race around a street circuit, a lot of drivers on edge. You couldn't rule out anything really. Let's be honest.
Exactly. I mean, Cody was doing such a great job for the whole race, but if he just brushed the wall wrong, put him in the escape road or something, that would have flipped the thing upside down. That last lap sprint as well. If Dragoon had gone for it up the inside, maybe he would have, perfect race until the last lap. But yeah, he really held it together. But it was a good race up and down the field, to be honest. Everyone was very well behaved, and there was some genuinely good overtakes. So yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, to be honest, if I have to say, from what I was seeing from the live timing, I'm quite surprised on that, especially on the most tricky sections of this track, there have been, well, really quite few incidents. So, notably turn 13, obviously the off-banked corner where it dives a bit to the left and then goes back up again. A very tricky corner, but there were very few incidents there, at least from what I could see. Obviously, maybe a few minor skirts to the wall, but this appeared to be quite limited. And also the very tight section between turn 9 and 10. So I was quite surprised with that, but yeah, in the about the second half of the race, there were a few more incidents. So yeah, and obviously at the end, then the safety car and the last lap scrap.
Well, some brilliant driving from yourself, Case. It must be admitted, and you got a personal best as you come in. So
wow,
good one, bro.
That's great. Do I get to put my signature on a small tire?
yeah. In a field of one people. But yeah, thank you very much for your performance tonight, guys. Yeah, let's use this as an example going forth. As maybe it's not too hard to pull off. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide on that one. Anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for streaming.
Okay, let's get P3 in here, shall we? Giovanni, P3 in the end. Congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you. Kind of unexpected, to be honest. Especially after.
I mean, walk us through it.
So, I didn't do that much practice in the last few days, which didn't help, but especially not quality practice. I was pretty satisfied with my time, although I hit the wall quite a bit on like every single lap I did. But P7 definitely wasn't the best I could do. Well, yeah, it probably wasn't the best I could have done, but it wasn't too bad.
No. I mean, walk us through the safety car restart then.
Yeah. Well, I was lapping a back marker a few laps before, and they tried moving out of the way, like through that little squiggly bit in the middle sector, and just pretty much slowed down, like almost brake checked me. I know it wasn't intentional, but so my suspension was all out of alignment. My wheels like 30 degrees to the left. So even though I had probably the best tires out of anybody around me, being on C5s, I was a little worried about with that steering issue.
Oh, so you literally just hold it on.
Yeah, just managed to hang in there.
So, so P3 after that, you should be happy.
Yeah, definitely.
What were your thoughts on the safety car?
For me, it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, do you reckon it's a nice variant for the race? Or what?
Oh yeah, I definitely like it. It adds a lot of. It's a nice feature, It can, like you said, add some variance. Can shake things up a little bit.
Would you plan your strategy around it?
Probably not.
Okay, just getting some feelers, just putting some feelers out there. But yeah, it's got the Amorum stamp of approval, so that's all we need.
I've always liked it whenever we've used it.
Yeah. It really kind of, it got really exciting there at the end, and you could tell the people's concentration was just like, switching off at times as well. So yeah, well done on P3, and we've got 2 more races. Is it? You gonna make them?
Yeah, certainly gonna try to.
Brilliant.
I think I should be able to make both of them.
Good stuff.
Looking forward to it.
Well, Giovanni, thank you very much for putting on a good show, and yeah, for holding in there until the end.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Nice
thank you
one.
for streaming.
We haven't got P2, but we've got Thomas. Let's get Thomas in here. You didn't get on the podium tonight, but you really nearly did. Walk us through what happened, eh? What, bit of a crazy one for you tonight.
It happens to a lot of shit, to be honest. Let's call it how it should be called. I mean, my quality was rubbish as usual. I don't understand how. It's been 5 years and I still don't know how to do quality with this car. So anyway, happens. And then yeah, the start was pretty good. I got a tap from behind from Giovanni. Happens. Just a little bit of damage. Then I had to make my way back to the front, overtaking Jan, Felipe, and Dave. I was P2, then I had some contact with the wall. As I see, is very well modded,
Yeah.
very well done. Driving on such a street track is difficult damage. So yeah, at some point I had suspension damage I had to repair.
Yeah.
I tried to do an all-in on C2 tires and hope for a safety car at some point. It should have been a safety car, to be honest, mid-race.
Possibly, yeah. I think I know when.
At 10-7 should have been, because it was dangerous. And then yeah, in the end, I tried to box. I lost a position that I gained again in the last lap.
Oh, was it? Oh, so you what? So you pitted in P4, then regained it.
Yeah.
I thought you made 2 positions. Oh, my bad.
Maybe.
I think you might.
I overtook Felipe too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was really good, man. Like that was
But I think it should have gone for one more lap at least. I think.
Maybe.
Safety car procedure was way too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with one more lap of racing, it should have been a P3, maybe P2. If I could overtake Giovanni and Jan, I don't think with one more lap I could have overtaken Cody. But yeah, the one part is my fault. I made it. It happens. I thought Melbourne and Austria was a poor race. I think that was the worst race of the season so far. And yeah, the other part is just bad luck. Count.
Well, Thomas, you were probably the most exciting driver to watch all night. To be honest, you definitely put on a great show for us. So even if
yeah, I would have preferred to have a P2 than being exciting for the stream.
I know, man. I know. I'm sorry to say that, and I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, Thomas. I mean, that's you've got 2 more races. Are you going to show up?
For me, it will be 1 more races because I don't think I will be there at Abu Dhabi.
I'm sorry to hear that.
To be honest, it's not a big deal because Abu Dhabi is trash. Yeah, I think we can do it.
Yeah, it's a novelty. I will admit, I forced it onto the calendar. We've never raced there before, so.
But yeah, I think I will miss Abu Dhabi almost 100%. So I think Curtis can be almost when he will take the start at Abu Dhabi will be.
Well, I think he will be champion.
He will be champion for sure. If he
like unless you score, unless you manage to score a point in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, but I won't be there. So.
Yeah, so if you're not there, he's.
Yeah, as long as he takes the start, he will be champion. I think I managed to secure my P2 in the championship by being right behind Giovanni today. So yeah, it's a 4th P2 in the championship in a row. if on the RSS cars. Yeah.
Next season, man, please. This is your warm-up season, bro.
If it's RSS cars, maybe. But yeah, I mean, congrats to Young GP. I think they won the constructor championship. With Jonas, Jan, and Cody, they were the best this season. Sadly, we couldn't put a fight because Lenny wasn't there enough. I would love to, but yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Congrats to them. I couldn't say anything better.
Thank you very much, Thomas. And yeah, I mean, you just all you did tonight was prove how good of a driver you are. So yeah, you made a few mistakes, but even the best drivers do.
Well, last race is at Interlagos, so that's quite decent.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Thomas.
Thank you.
And let's get our race winner in here. Congratulations, Cody Lawrence. I mean, you put in a stellar drive. There was one point at the race start where you looked maybe under threat from Stevenson, but he forgot to turn right. So that's on him. Why don't you walk us through?
You boys had to make me work for that. Hell, that last lap.
Oh yeah. We don't like to make it an easy task, now, do we?
I mean, yeah. I got the. I think I rolled a 1 on the safety car check there for true.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, Steve had me in that initial start phase. I tried something different. I tried a second gear start. Did not work. It kind of reminded me of Baku 2021 on that last restart with the 2-lap red flag, and I think he had the brake magic on. Steve had me on the start. I figured, well, I'll just try to see if I can be on his inside if he makes a mistake, and I was very fortunate. That's what happened. Unfortunate for Steve, but fortunate for myself. And then Thomas was starting to make ground to me as well, and then he had a moment, so I kind of consider myself lucky.
I'm sorry to cut across, Cody, but I'm sure there's a joke there about Americans not being able to turn right or something.
Well, I'll let you make it. I'll let you make it, not me. It's just.
But yeah,
that's how things play out. That's how things play out there. But go ahead, I cut you off.
No. I mean, yeah, Cody. Yeah, I mean, like the last 5 laps, probably. You know, the most stress you'd been throughout the whole of the 45. But like, yeah, walk us through that safety car procedure and. What were you thinking?
So I think it was the second car to come across the incident. Roberto had, I mean, essentially Austin Powers it. To lack of better words. Leslie had no way through. I saw that, and I clearly wasn't going to just drive through them to try to pass, so I had to stop as well. And that's where I had our safety car come out, and then. With Leslie, I wasn't trying to overtake him because I can't overtake trying to catch the safety car. That's I think what caused the second slowdown. So I apologize to the people in the back. I was trying to not overtake Leslie, who I was not allowed to overtake, quite simply. But yeah, I had ice bricks for tires on that restart. I feel like I had no brakes. I think I had the worst tires of the cars who stayed out to be true. But that was stressful. My left foot was also numb. I think I have a sprained ankle. I was trying to do that entire race on my left foot sprained ankle. My left foot was numb for the last 5 laps of the race. So it's starting to come back to me now, but it hurt like a some bitch.
Well, go put some ice on that, some hot cold, and yeah, man, go rest it. You've earned it. But that's
made me had to earn it, hell.
It wasn't my choice, man. But yeah. I mean, there was some. If you do end up watching the race again, there's some moments during the race where there could have been another safety car. So consider yourself lucky. But you worked really well tonight, and well, unofficially, Thomas has said that he won't be attending the last race. So. As it currently stands, you kind of provisionally won the championship. So congratulations for that.
I will wait on that. I will wait until the race start of the next 2 races.
That's understandable. But you and Jan Dragoon have both won the constructors championship for Younger GP. So congratulations on that.
Well, thank you to Jan for keeping at it. He kept me honest in the final restart for sure. I was definitely worried there. I was definitely trying to make sure I kept it clean.
Both of you on the same aged tires as well, so yeah, it was just whoever was going to perform best, and well done. But yeah, thank you very much, Cody.
Thank you as well. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys doing this. I appreciate it all the time. It's been a lot of fun.
Nice one. Thank you. So that's Cody, and let's get Roland in here, shall we? Roland. What a race, eh?
A really interesting end to it, but I was having a snooze fest, apart from the occasional hitting the wall by myself.
Yeah.
I think I lost in total 20 seconds just by locking up and then just having to reverse out. Over the course of the race, I did that 4 or 5 times at least. So that was frustrating. At least I got points.
Yeah. I mean that's proof of that.
Yeah, that was my main goal, to be honest. Starting from P11, That was a pretty good qualifying spot. I could have been a bit more ahead, but it's okay still. But from then I just gained a couple positions lap 1 and just tried not to get into any incidents, which I more or less succeeded at. I got past on the last, the last 2 laps were really interesting because ahead of me, while on the under safety car, like the in lap, Christoph ahead of me, he logged up and went into the wall.
Yeah.
Caused a bit of a pile up, and so that caused Imran, a lapped car, to get ahead of me. And then Imran couldn't let me by anywhere, so I ended up losing the position back to Christoph because he could get past me because I was at the end of a train. I couldn't go anywhere. So it's a bit unlucky, but still, P9 is a really, really good spot, I think, for now.
It's a shame, like, the confusion behind one-off safety car events. You know, it'd be nice for it to be more of a recurring thing. Don't get me wrong. You know,
I mean, it wouldn't be because that would mean that the races aren't clean. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, there's a gentleman's rule at the end of it that you just hope that no one's going to try and intentionally cause a safety car or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it happened in Singapore, you know. So you know, there's nothing to rule out.
There, so I believe you. But yeah, like from Monza to here, like the races I raced, that's so. I was just like subbing in as a reserve driver for Box 5 in place of Anto, who was, I think he's focusing on another league. I'm not sure. But for Yas Marina and Interlagos, I think he might be taking the spot back. So I might enter next season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just really thankful for Box 5 as well as the opportunity. To just race here. I had like pretty good time, I think. Better one than Diego, because he like in Monza he forgot to register for the race.
Yeah.
In Kota he forgot to install the DRS app, and now he found out yesterday that he cannot race. So he's not been the luckiest of people, sadly.
Looking at the standings, have Box 5 scored points yet? Are you the first?
Yeah, no. This is the first point scoring.
Congratulations.
I think Diego scored points in Kota, but I think he got disqualified because of the DRS. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
What happened exactly, but.
Well, big news for Box, and congratulations once again.
Yeah, thank you. See you then. Most likely next season, maybe Yas Marina.
Well, we're always open to yourselves or any of your friends. So yeah, the more the merrier. Thank you very much.
If I find a second driver, then I might enter sooner. But I'm playing next season as a team.
Keep your eyes peeled.
All right, I will.
Nice one, Roland.
Thank you.
And that is everyone. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Apologies for the sketchy qualifying stream. Solo qualifying, it just doesn't work well with the Assetto Corsa. So yeah, it's took a bit of me getting used to, as always. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. 2 weeks time, we've got Interlagos, as you guys probably heard from the interviews. Expect more of that again. So yeah, we'll see you 2 weeks time, and